Hey guys, welcome back to G2 Outdoor Adventures. I hope you guys are having an awesome week. So in today's episode, we're going to talk about the Feel-Free Moken 12.5 PDL. So the PDL means it has a pedal drive. So I was fortunate enough, I got a hold of a gentleman in Tennessee. His name is Jesse. He's the owner and operator of Against the Flow Outdoors. So after talking to Jesse for about a week there, he decided to let me borrow his personal kayak. And again, this is the Feel-Free Moken 12.5 PDL. Beautiful kayak here, super nice. But we're going to take you guys in a walk through of the kayak, show you some of the features that I really like about it. We're going to load it up in the pickup, and we're going to go take it down to the lake and do kind of a test ride in there. So stay tuned. Hopefully you guys enjoy this episode. So we're going to try to do a walk around of this kayak here, and so we're going to go front to back here, I think, and I'm going to cover some of the features that I really enjoy, some of the features that kind of stand out about these kayaks. But don't forget, if you guys have additional questions, take a look at a Feel-Free's website, and also don't forget about Jesse at Against the Flow Outdoors. He can help you with any questions you have. He's really knowledgeable when it comes to these kayaks. So starting up here at the front, Feel-Free has some like signature features, and some of those are these handles here. So they actually have these integrated molded handles that are right into the kayak, which make it super nice for moving it around. And some of their models also have these handles on the side that are molded in, which is really nice. If we come to the back side, and we'll just focus on handles for right now, some of them have a molded in handle on the back side as well. But now this particular model actually has this hand strap, and this kayak is pretty heavy kayak here, but I've dragged it around with this hand strap and it hasn't frayed or torn or became loose or anything. So these hand straps are really durable. The next big feature of these Feel-Free kayaks that I really enjoy are just the seats. They have very good high quality seats on these kayaks, and they're replaceable. So if for some reason, if you accidentally tore your seat up, that's not a worry. You could go on their website, talk to Jesse, they could order you guys another seat, no problem at all. So these here on the front, these are for your rod tips. So if you're using this as a fishing kayak, you could strap your fishing pole along the side of your kayak, put your rod tip in there. It's going to help you from getting snagged on bushes or trees as you're going by. This here is our hatch here for accessing the inside of the kayak. And you can buy a dry bag for this if you got any gear like your cell phone or electronical devices that you're worried about getting wet, maybe a set of clothes. You could put this inside a dry bag and then put it inside your hatch. A lot of times what I'll do though is I put an extra life jacket in here, and I also put a really small pedal or paddle in here, and that way if I forget it for any reason, I don't have to worry about driving all the way back home or trying to go out and purchase one. As we continue going down on this Feel-Free here, so you have these metal slats here. These metal bars is actually where your pedal drive locks in, and then it drops down into this hole here. Now some of the kayaks have a hole that passes all the way through the kayak. Some of them have fishing sonar pods, and some of them just have a container here for like a dry storage. So as you guys are shopping for your kayak, kind of think about what kind of features you're looking for. And of course, Against the Flow Outdoors there, he's going to help you choose your kayak there. We also have these slots here. These are kind of for mounting brackets. So you can mount a cup holder on here. You can mount your sonar graph on there, a rod holder, maybe your GoPro, all kinds of things you could hook up here. And also take a look at yakattack.com. They sell all kinds of features that you can utilize with these tracks here. As we come right down to the back side here, we could also look at this rudder here. Now this rudder, especially on these larger kayaks that are a little bit more heavy, that rudder is going to help you steer. So you flip your rudder down, and right next to your seat is a hand control. So as you turn this hand control left and right, it's going to turn your rudder back and forth. So that's really going to help. Obviously, if you're doing a pedal drive, you have to have that rudder. But even if you're just paddling, that's still going to help you steer. And on windy days, it's going to help you fight against that wind, so your kayak's not getting pushed around as easy. All right, guys, I think it's time to toss this paddle and this pedal drive into the cab, and I'll show you guys how I load these Feel-Free kayaks up. And being that they have those molded handles in the kayak makes it really easy to strap up. And of course, if you guys don't know, these Feel-Free kayaks also have a molded integrated wheel here, which makes it a lot easier to move around. And we'll talk about more of these features as we load it up and get down to the lake. All right, for strapping this kayak in, I'll take my ratchet strap here unroll it real quick. But I don't like taking the hooks and putting them onto the kayak here. It seems like it's kind of unnecessary wear and tear with the metal there. So what I'll do is I'll put it around the kayak handle, and I'll actually put the strap right through the hole of the ratchet strap. We'll pull that cord through. And now it's attached in this fashion. So now we can hook it up to the D-ring on the front, ratchet it, and it's going to pull the kayak all the way up to the front. So we're going to do that on both sides. So as far as strapping your feel-free kayak down in your pickup, I really feel that these two ratchets on either side, pulling it to the front, is more than enough. It's really all you need on there. But if you really wanted to, if you want that additional sense of security, again, hook it up to your D-ring here, go through the molded handle in the front to your other D-ring, and you could actually put 3 ratchet straps across this thing. But again, I feel it's overkill. It's really not necessary. These straps are rated for a ridiculous amount of weight. So this kayak here that weighs well under 100 pounds as it is right now, I think it weighs about 70 some pounds. This is more than enough than being secured. So we'll go ahead and toss the rest of the gear in the pickup, get down to the lake. We'll take you guys with us. All right, well, we made it down to the lake. We'll go ahead and unstrap this thing, and I'll show you guys how easy it is to load these feel-free kayaks with the wheel that it has at the back of the kayak there. All right, so we'll slide it back a little bit here. Grab this molded built-in handle, spin it around, we'll just walk it right down in that wheel. Super fast, super easy. So on these pedal drives here, you don't want to just put this in the shallow water here. So if you're going up on rocks or a sandbar or something like that, you're going to want to have this in the up position. So you could use your paddle, push off this shallow water. Once you get in the deeper water, you could drop that, that pedal drive down and go ahead and start pedaling there. And there are a couple little tips and tricks here as far as picking it up and putting it down that we'll show you guys later in this video. So I'm going to paddle the boat here for a little bit. And I've taken this boat out before, and I've also owned feel-free kayaks previously. But I want to take it out a little bit, get a feel for it with just the paddle, not using the pedal drive. And of course I got the pedal drive in the up position right now, so you got a little bit of water splashing through here. So when we look at this pedal drive, you can see you got your prop here. So right now the pedal drive is in the up position. So we could turn this pedal drive, put in this up and down position, and lower it down into that hole there in your kayak. So you have this metal bracket at the bottom. We're going to push our pedal drive down, interlock this bar on this bottom hook. And you might have to finagle that a little bit. Lock it into place here, and you could also toss this bungee cord over to just an extra form of security here. Now this blue button here, when you push this blue button down, there's a metal bar that sticks straight down on your pedal drive. So now as you're pedaling, if your pedals are in the wrong position, so let's say your prop is in the left to right direction, you can't pull your pedals up out of the boat. You actually have to have your pedals straight up and down the same way we lowered it to pull your pedal drive up. In order to do that, we're going to push this button, and you could hear it hit that bar down. That means our prop is in the straight up and down position right now. So the next thing we want to do on our pedal drive here is we got to position our seat for the length of our leg. Kind of the same thing as a bicycle. When you're sitting on a bicycle seat and your leg is in the down position, you should be able to touch your pedals. And so we're going to do the same thing here. When my leg is extended out, that's a little bit too far right there, but we can adjust our seat forwards and backwards with these notches. So I could probably go one notch forward. We could tighten the strap up here in the middle and also adjust our incline of the kayak to give you the most comfortable position while you're pedaling. And that's just going to be more effective for you, more comfortable. It could be a little bit one way or the other. It's not going to prevent you from pedaling. But if you're going a long distance, you might as well do it in style, do it comfortably. Now that I got my seat and my pedals all adjusted, the next thing I want to do is I want to drop that tail here in the back, that rudder. So on the side of our kayak here, I got to find it. They have a mechanism that's built in here. All you got to do is pull this string up, and as I let go of it, it's going to drop that rudder down. All right. And then, like I said before, next to your seat here, you have this handle. So as I turn this handle left to right, it's actually turning that rudder back and forth. So we'll go ahead and start pedaling. And as I'm pedaling and I want to turn the kayak, all I got to do is turn that rudder with my left hand. This is already a lot of fun here. I'm enjoying it. So since we're out here, our main goal is to play and enjoy the kayak and go on a little trip here, right? Give you guys a review, kind of a thought process of when you guys go to purchase your kayak, things you could look for or consider. But since we're out here, we're gonna try to do a little bit of fishing. So this particular lake has hybrid stripers out here. Not a huge population, but pretty good though. I went out here a couple weeks ago and I caught some hybrids out here, and they were in that 24-inch range, which is really good for here in Kentucky. So we're gonna paddle back to that dam again, see if we can hook into one of those hybrids. But on the downside, it's like the worst time of the day. We're creeping up on 12 o'clock lunchtime here. The sun is at its peak. It's starting to get hot. You know, it's very clear skies today. So those fish are gonna start diving deep in the water. So with them diving deeper, we'll have to try to use some heavier, bigger lures and try to get our lures farther down in that water column. But we'll go ahead and paddle here for a while, get out to our spot, and then we'll start fishing. Oh, there we go, guys. We finally got a fish on here. Nice largemouth. Oh yeah, sweet. Try to bring him around a little bit. Yeah, I do have a net with me. Luckily I grabbed him. We got him here. Sweet. Got a really good looking bass here on a Rapala. There was actually about 3 of them in the school here. Try to wrap my rod around here. I got a 12-inch mark on this rod here, so I know how big my fish are. That's pretty close. About 12, maybe a little bit bigger. Another nice feature on these feel-free kayaks, but on the paddles, oh shoot, I didn't bring it today. Well, some of these paddles also have a tape measure on there. Now some of the paddles that I have do have the tape measure on there. Fortunately, the one I brought today does not. But I'd say that's a good solid 12.5-inch fish, maybe. Pretty good looking. Nice. We'll toss this critter back in there, see if we can go back and catch one of those other ones. That's a feisty fish. Oh, all right. Still got some life in them. Bam! There we go. Oh, 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 oh. There we go. Gotta love a quick release. Trying to be as gentle as possible with the fish, especially since I'm letting them go. Definitely don't want to be hurting them or tearing them up. All right guys, so I'm paddling home right now. Of course I'm using this pedal drive, but we need my final thoughts, I think. So I think it's pretty obvious these feel-free kayaks are amazing quality kayak. Every inch of this kayak here has been thought through, engineered, and has a purpose. Whether it's the bottom of the kayak to make it flow easier, the pedal drive so it works good, has adjustability in the seat, just the comfort and features of it, the whole thing is awesome. So of course you guys can go to Walmart, go to one of those big box stores, pick a kayak up there for, you know, a couple $100. This thing's going to cost you more money though. So this kayak here, you guys check the website for pricing and stuff. Sometimes they do have sales, so I do suggest getting a hold of Against the Flow Outdoors. And of course, you know, if you go through those guys, that's a small mom and pop kind of business, so you're going to have that awesome customer service, which you never ever ever find at Walmart, right? So I appreciate you guys watching. If you haven't done so, hit that thumbs up button, subscribe, share the video, and hit that drop down box below. I'll have the Against the Flow Outdoors Facebook website on there, so you guys give them a call. And as always, I appreciate it, and we'll catch you next time.